Hi everyone, Bruce here from Humanity Support Teams. I hope that you all are doing good. This is going to be a small tutorial on how to go ahead and configure the time clocks module with reference to the GPS feature being enabled from the backend. Uh, as we can see that I've got a couple of timesheets over here in my manage timesheet section. I have already gone ahead and I took the liberty of creating a primary location, an additional location, and another additional location with incorrect address. And along with that, I've already gone ahead and created a new remote site with with the correct address, which is actually more of correct with reference to my present location. And in the third tab, we can see that we are already here in the time clock section. I've gone ahead and went to the time clock advanced settings section. I've determined the range or the radius in between I will be recording my clock in and clock out activity. I have already unchecked, checked allow clock in and clock in out when GPS is unavailable, but that really doesn't make any difference because while we will be doing this testing, you will notice that that really doesn't matter when we're try testing out the whole thing. So now, with that being said, we will be testing out the whole scenario on one employee, and that is the main admin on the account. That is Alan Rocker. That's him. So now, with that being said, let me go ahead and give you a couple of scenarios. Right. So now, what we're going to do is that we are going to go ahead and clock out. Sorry, clock in. I'm sorry on that part. We're gonna go and clock in. Now, once we're clocked in, you'll notice that I have not added any position right now. I'm not going to be adding any position right now because positions are actually in correlation with the location under which they're made or assigned to. So we've got this additional location, Humanity One office, we've got behind the one office, and we've got clocking in. Uh, so we notice that we do not have any position assigned to this clock in. So this is going to be I'm going to be putting in a note with clock test one, adding a note and clocking out. Now, did you notice that I was given a prompt from my browser regarding sharing my position, and I accepted both of these prompts. So ideally, I think I should be getting a green marker, but though for some reason I did not. Why did that happen is simple. We did not went ahead and selected the position under any given location. So if I would have had selected AS testing manager or the testing position that's assigned to Ellen, I could have had gotten any kind of notification or any GP or geofencing marker letting me know that this was the location that I clogged in from, and this was the XYZ location that I clogged out from. So with that being said, we will go in and add another clock in. And by the way, before we go ahead, I just want to let you know that there are deviations, especially when you are using, your time clock module from your computer-based browser. There are deviations with respect to the location, the internet closest server, or should I say the BDS. A lot of factors come into play, unlike a mobile phone, which is equipped with a GPS device. So there you may notice that there are going to be there's going to be a visible difference between uh, the actual clock in and the distance of clocking in and clocking out. Before we go ahead and view the timesheet, we're just going to go ahead and have a quick look at it. So the distance, what is the radius that I've assigned to my account is 250 meters. So with that being said, I'm not sure that's going to come in green, and yep, there it is. Because as per My previous findings, the present location where I'm in at, my clock in is being recorded 400 or 420 meters away from my actual location. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the GPS marker icon and see what could be the reason. Why is that so? So uh, this is actually being recorded from this location, whereas I'm actually based off on this location over here. So I believe this actually explains why on the internet browsers or laptops, usually the clock and activity is you know not recorded in a more precise or a correct manner. Secondly, there is already one test. I've already gone ahead and tested out one scenario where I clocked in using the same position of a manager, or should I, yeah, of a manager under my uh, primary location with the correct address, and I got the red GPS marker icon. Why? Because my location was already being recorded incorrectly and away from my given deviation allowed distance or the radius. But did you notice that there is no GPS marker icon over here? This means that while I was automatically clocked out, notice the time is 30 minutes. I've gone ahead and selected the time for auto clock out as 30 minutes, right? 0.5 hours equal to 30 minutes. So uh, when an employee or a manager is clocked on automatically, there is no GPS marker recorded with reference to their clock out. I repeat, whenever an employee or a manager is clocked out using the auto clock out function, there is no GPS marker recorded to it. Now, with that being said, we will move to the third finding. Now, the third finding is going to be very simple. I'll go ahead and let you guys guess it yourself. So now we see that this is the same position that I used for my previous time clock manager, and this is the same position that I've used right now. Now the visible difference over here is that the GPS icon right now is gray. Now, as per standard system, should I say working operations, anytime when an employee is already clocked in and not clocked out, the GPS marker, if noted by the application or if the GPS location is recorded by the application, the GPS marker is by default turned to gray. In order for us to go ahead and turn it back to green or red, what we're going to do is we can manually go ahead and clock out the employee, or we can go ahead and clock out ourselves. So we'll go ahead and clock ourselves out. So now we are clocked out. Now we're going to go to the manage timesheet section, and there we are. It's the same behavior as it was shown in our previous time clock, or should I say the previous timesheet. Now, uh, covering up with these previously mentioned points, there's another finding that I'd like to share with you guys. It's like, let's say I'm clocking in. Now, before I go ahead and clock in, I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page. So remember that I already told you that I've got a remote site with, the nearest possible correct address to our present location. That's 38 Barber Block, right? So it's probably here somewhere. And I've actually gone ahead and added a remote location onto the Shakarali Museum. So what I'm going to do, as we all know, that I'll go ahead and select an incorrect location. Now, before I go ahead and select the incorrect location without an address, I just want to show you that this is going to be the incorrect location. Humanity Office, it's got the correct location, but for some reason, for some internet or IT, any related reasons, it's showing the address 420 meters away, though the address is correct. However, behind the office location does not have any address. So ideally, this should definitely be giving me a red marker. But let's see if that actually gives you a red marker or not. I'm going to share the findings with you in the next part of this recording.